and I also hope so far. All right, so today we're doing our grade 3 English lesson on context clues. So we're doing our grade 3 English lesson on context clues. And before we start with our lesson, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged onto once you've logged into aplusstudents.ca with your username as well as your password, and then you're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 3. Once you've selected the subject of language arts, grade 3, then you're going to scroll down up until you get to the chapter of context clues. So context clues. And we're going to basically find out what are context clues. All right, so our chapter is context clues. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 3, and the lessons that we are focusing on is to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. And synonyms is basically words with similar meanings, and to use context to identify the meaning of a word. So, synonyms, right, are words, right, that mean the same thing or almost the same thing, right? So it's basically having, it's either similar or almost similar in meaning, right? Or in words. It's basically the meaning, yes. So, synonyms are words that mean the same thing or almost the same thing, right? So they mean the same thing or they almost mean the same thing. And when you see words that you don't know, then you can use synonyms as context clues to help figure out the new words' meaning. So when you see words that you don't know, then you can maybe use synonyms as context clues to help figure out the new words or the words' meaning. So which means that if you maybe see a specific word that you don't know, then you can maybe try and come up with a similar meaning to that word or a similar word to that word that will kind of mean the same thing or something within the lines. And if we look at an example, it says Tracy Austin was crowned champion of the US Women's Open in 1979. At 16 years old, she was the youngest ever winner of the event. And here the synonym winner can help you figure out that champion means someone who plays first in a context or contest. So within the sentence or sentences, right, certain words that you can maybe like let's say, identify as a synonym, right, will help you identify what the meaning of maybe one of the words are. Like, for example, Tracy Austin was crowned champion of the US Women's Open in 1979. And at 16 years old, she was the youngest ever winner of the event. And like we are saying, that the synonym of winner, it can help us to figure out that champion means someone who placed first in the context, in contest, in an event, right? So it's basically finding words with similar meaning in order for you to make meaning of the sentence. And that is what context clues means. It's like you are finding something else that is similar within that sentence or within the next sentence to kind of help and determine what the sentence is really about. All right, and we are doing our lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we are doing our lesson on aplusstudents.ca. All right, now let's go to aplusstudents.ca, and we're going to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. And once again, we said synonyms are words that mean the same thing or almost the same thing. So synonyms are words with similar meaning, right? Or almost similar meanings, or almost the same meaning. And when you see words you don't know, you can use synonyms as context clues to help figure out the new words' meaning. Because one of the words within the sentence, right, will help you determine the meaning of either whatever the sentence is about or the context of the sentence. And once again, we'll make an example of Tracy Austin was crowned champion of the U.S. Women's Open in 1979. At 16 years old, she was the youngest ever winner of the event. And we see that the synonym winner, because of course, winner seems more, it's like if you win, you're a winner, right? So it sounds more like a word that we all understand. So if we can basically find the synonym of that word, or we'll see that word as a synonym word to the word champion, right? In order for us to figure out that, oh, champion actually means it's someone who was placed first in the contest, right? All right, so we're going to select the synonym that helps you to understand the meaning of the word ancient. So ancient. We saw many old buildings during our vacation in France. For example, we visited an ancient church that was beginning to fall apart. So we saw many old buildings during our vacation in France. For example, we visited an ancient church that was beginning to fall apart. And if we And if we identify or we try to find the meaning of the word ancient, then we can identify or look at the word old. Because ancient, it's to do with being old, it's many years ago, right? So the word old is a word that is similar that is similar in meaning to ancient, because ancient is old. Red-tailed hawks soar high in the sky. So red-tailed hawks soar high in the sky. They often fly above the trees, searching for rabbits, mice, and squirrels to eat. So another word for soar, right? If we were to find a synonym that helps us understand the meaning of the word soar, we would basically choose fly. All right, so I'm going to explain it again, right? Yeah, so fly is a word that is similar in meaning to soar. So basically, when it comes to determining the meaning of words that using by using synonyms within a context, right? Then we look at certain words within the sentence that has a similar meaning to a specific word. So if you maybe look at the word ancient, right? So ancient seems like a very big word, and you maybe sometimes feel as if we don't even know what ancient mean. But now if we read the sentences, right, it says we saw many old buildings during our vacation in France, right? Then the word old will give us the idea that it is a synonym to the word ancient, because all we know is that ancient maybe means many years ago, right? But now if we say old buildings, right, then we know, okay, ancient is similar to old, right? Because a synonym is a word that either has the same meaning or it has almost the same meaning as that specific word. So it can be two different words, because remember it's not spelled the same, but the meanings are either the same or it's almost the same, right? So that is a synonym. So in order for you to help find the context within that sentence, right? You can maybe find another word within that sentence that will be able to give you the synonym of a word that you maybe don't understand. And then you'll be able to realize, like, okay, so this is what the sentence is about. And that is correct. Fly is correct because soar, right? It's like flying high in the sky. So another word for soar, the synonym of soar is to fly. The synonym of ancient is old, or the synonym of old is ancient. All right. Ethan tried to shove the sofa again and again, but it would not move. When his sister Anna got home, together they managed to push the couch against the wall. So, shove. Can you think of another word for shove? Especially if you can identify a synonym within that sentence. So, if he tries to shove the sofa again and again, what is he trying to do? Try to find a word that is similar in meaning, the synonym of that word in the sentence. So basically, if we select the synonym of the word shove, right? To shove something is to push. So it means that he tried to push the sofa, maybe let's say against the wall or somewhere, but he was struggling, right? But together they managed to push the couch against the wall. So push is the synonym of shove. So well done. Push is correct. Okay, so here it is. Tommy is quite tall and lean, just like his father. As a matter of fact, everyone in Tommy's family is quite slender. Quite slender. So, slender, what is another word for slender? Look at the first sentence. It says Tommy is what? So, another word for slender. It says Tommy is quite tall and lean, just like his father. As a matter of fact, everyone is Tommy in Tommy's family is quite slender. So if we choose the word that is similar to slender, we will choose lean, right? So lean, which means that he's tall and lean. So we don't say he's tall and thin, we can say he's tall and lean, just like his father, and that is slender. Red-tailed hawks soar high in the sky. They often fly above the trees searching for rabbits, mice, and squirrels to eat. So red-tailed hawks, they soar high in the sky and they often fly above the trees searching for rabbits, mice, squirrels to eat. So what is a word that is similar to soar? Similar, almost the same as soar. Same in meaning. All right, so if we choose the synonym and then we will choose fly, right? Because fly is the same in meaning as to soar high in the sky. It's like flying high in the sky. And we already did shove, which is to push. Now let's go to our test. All right, so we're going to select the synonym that helps you to understand the meaning of the word exam. Beth is studying for the big math exam on Tuesday. She loves math and is sure she'll do well on the test. So, what is another word that is similar to the word exam? Is it test or is it math? So, is it test or is it math? Because Beth is studying for the big math exam on Tuesday. She loves math and is sure she'll do well on the test. So we need to find the synonym of that word exam. Is it test or is it math? So another word for exam, we can say it is test. Because math is just a subject, but test is similar to exams. And test is correct, so well done, guys. We need to select the synonym that helps you understand the meaning of the word cheerful. Lacey was feeling cheerful as she got up and went downstairs. So Lacey was feeling cheerful and she got up and went downstairs. She was happy because to she was going to the water park that day. So another word for cheerful. How did she feel? How did she feel? Is it happy or is it water? We need to say how she felt. Is it cheerful? Is it happy or is it water? And if we choose the similar meaning of cheerful, we can say it is happy. Because when you're cheerful, you are happy. So Lacey was feeling cheerful as she got up and went downstairs. She was happy because she was going to the water park that day. And happy is a word similar in meaning to being cheerful. If you're not cheerful, you're happy. If you're not happy, you're being cheerful. And happy is correct. So well done, guys. Jeff was tired from a long day playing ball outside. By dinner time, he was so weary that they had excused from the table. So Jeff was tired from a long day playing football. By dinner time, he was so weary that he had to be excused from the table. So another word for weary, right, is tired. So feeling tired. It's like you're feeling weary. Remember, we need to choose a word from the text that means something similar to a word that is in bold. So Jeff was tired from a long day of playing ball outside. So we said another word for weary is tired. And last night, my younger brother whined all through dinner. When mom asked him to finish his carrots, he complained even more. So give me another word or choose another word from the text, from that sentences that means whine. Whining. When somebody whines a lot, what are they doing? So we need to select the synonym that helps you understand the meaning of the word whine. If somebody whines all the time, they're talking a lot, right? So we are by wind. So we said complaint. Yes. So Ethan tried to shove the sofa again and again, but it would not move. When his sister Anna got home, together they managed to push the couch against the wall. What is the word that is similar in meaning to shove? To shove. Is it to push or is it to Ethan? So if we choose a word that is similar in meaning to shove, then we can say it is push, right? So pushing a couch. Yes. So push is correct. So well done. Tommy is quite tall and lean, just like his father. As a matter of fact, everyone in Tommy's family is quite slender. Is slender to be tall or is it to be lean? We need to find the word similar in meaning. Is it tall or lean? Slender. Is it tall or lean? All right, so if we choose the correct one, then we can say that it is lean. All right, it's the same as saying the person is tall and thin, but instead of saying thin, you are saying the person is lean, all right, slender or lean. And then red-tailed hawks soar high in the sky, and they often fly above the trees searching for rabbits, mice, and squirrels to eat. So if we find the similar meaning, is it fly or is it the? Is it fly or the? And a word similar in meaning to soar is to fly, right? It's to fly high. All right, so well done, guys. And the ancient ones, you're going to do that one on your own. Now we're going to use the context to identify the meaning of a word. We're going to now use the context. It's like reading a passage in order for us to find the meaning of a word based on the context, based on a passage. And that is what our basically the lesson is context, right? Identifying context words. So we're going to read the passage and then answer the question. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun in our solar system. It's best known for the large, bright rings that circle it. Those rings are made of pieces of ice and rock. Saturn also has at least 62 moons. The bits of rocks in Saturn's rings may have come from its moons. People studying Saturn believe that new moons are still being formed around the planet. In 1997, NASA sent a small spaceship named Cassini to Saturn. NASA hopes that Cassini can help clarify how Saturn's moons have come into being. And the pictures that Cassina sends back from Saturn may tell more about what's happening there. And now, if we look at that text, right, it says, what is the meaning of clarify that as used within the passage? It says NASA hopes that Cassina can help clarify how Saturn's moons have come into being. So we need to basically find words that is similar in meaning to clarify. All right, so if we clarify something, right? So if you clarify something, then it means that you are trying to explain something, but you're also trying to clear up something. It's like clearing the air, trying to clarify something. It's like justifying something, right? So clarify is basically to explain, clear, or clear up something. And like I said, it is also to justify something. All right, we're going to read the passage and then answer the question. Football players and coaches spend many long hours working to be the best. Teams are now using new tools to help with the grueling task. In the old days, coaches just told players to lift weights and run. Now, coaches use technology to help their players train. Machines help coaches to see players' speeds and how much weight they are lifting. Machines even track how many hours the players are sleeping. This kind of motivation or information, sorry, can help coaches keep players healthy. So, what is the meaning of grueling in the passage? So, grueling, it's a grueling task. So another word for grueling, right, means that it can be difficult. It's a difficult task. However, technology or machines, right, has made it a bit easier because now machines that help coaches to see the players' speeds, right? They track the sleeping patterns, right? They check all the information that could help the coaches to ensure that the players keep healthy. Yes, so it is grueling or it is difficult. All right, so now we're going to our test. We need to read the passage and answer the question. Franklin Roosevelt became President of the United States in 1933. It was a time of great troubles. 13 million Americans had lost their jobs and many were running out of money. Americans were worried. Roosevelt cooled people's fears by talking about his plans for America, explaining to them so that the people felt comfortable. He gave talks called fireside chats on the radio, and these chats helped Roosevelt become one of the most popular presidents in history. So, what is the meaning of cooled as used in the passage? Cooled. It says Roosevelt fueled people's fears by talking about his plans for America. So, fueled, is it he added to their fears or he calmed people's fears? What is fueled? Another word for fueled. So if you cue people's fears by talking about your plans, right? Is that to add to the fears or calm the fears? All right. So basically, he killed people's fears, which means that he calmed people's fears, right? He calmed them. And so he did not add on to the fears. So calmed is correct. Well done. Calmed. As the moon orbits the earth, our view of the moon changes. This view is based on how much of the moon we can see. In ancient times, people saw that the moon's changes weren't random but repeated in a regular pattern or in a regular cycle. They used the moon's changes to measure time, and this was the early basis for the months of a calendar. And it takes about 29.5 days for the moon to go through all of its changes. So, what is the meaning of random as used in the passage? They say that people saw that the moon's changes weren't random but repeated in a regular cycle. So, random, is it easy to complain or without a pattern? Random, easy to complain or without a pattern? What is random? If something is just random, it's just a random thing, is it easy to complain or is it without a pattern? All right, so if we choose the correct meaning or the similar meaning or the synonym of random, then it is without a pattern. It is just a random thing, right? So well done. Without the pattern is correct. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun in our solar system, and it's best known for the large bright rings that circle it. Those rings are made of pieces of ice and rock. Saturn also has at least 62 moons. The bits of rocks in Saturn's ring may have come from its moons. People studying Saturn believe that new moons are still being formed around the planet. And in 1997, NASA sent a small spaceship named Cassini to Saturn. NASA hopes that Cassini can help clarify how Saturn's moons have come into being. And this pictures that Cassini sends back from Saturn may tell more about what's happening there. So, what is the meaning of clarify as used in the passage? So, if we look at the word clarify, is clarify to clear up or explain or to cause confusion. So, we are about to clarify something. Either we're going to clear up or explain or to cause confusion. So, if we try to find a word that is similar to clarify, then we will say it is to clear up or to explain. So well done, guys. That is our lesson on context clues. And we said context clues, right? It is where you can find the word within the context, within the sentence, within the passage that means similar to a specific word that you maybe don't know of. So maybe if a word is quite big and you feel like you don't understand the word, you can maybe just read the passage again in order to get the meaning, or to, let's say, formulate your own meaning of a certain word within that sentence or within the passage, right? And also, if you maybe have a big word in the passage or within your context, and then you can find a similar word within that passage that will be able to give you an idea of what the meaning might be. So it's like finding the synonym of it, because synonyms have got same or similar meaning. All right, so that is now the end of our lessons, grade 3. Have a good day further. Goodbye.